Greetings, we're back with another video. And in this video, we're going to be reviewing the INGLORIOUSREX comic book. Yeah, this is a new review. This is a different review than from what you're normally seeing on this channel, because normally I would be reviewing action figures or I would be reviewing video games. But this particular one, I just received my copy of INGLORIOUSREX, you know what I'm saying, from Non Lives Comics. This book went up about last year, and you know, enough backers got it backed. And here we are, we have it. As far as the artist is known as Shane Davis. Shane Davis is a well-known professional artist that has worked for DC Comics. And he's out now creating his own comic along with his wife, Yanzi Lynn. And they have put together a complete, awesome story package comic book called INGLORIOUSREX, Monsters Martial Arts. Now, granted, this book in this setting, pretty much you get the vibe of Bloodsport meets cyberpunk, which is all fantastic to me because I'm a big fan of science fiction. I'm a big fan of martial arts. And when I saw this book, and I got two other books in the wing, but when I saw this, I was like, yo, I want to check this out. I want to read it. Granted, the story is awesome. Read the entire book. So I don't know if anybody else has done a review for it, but here's my review for it. First of all, let's look at the presentation and the coloring. The coloring and the presentation is vibrant. There are colors in this book that rivals Disney, okay? There are certain scenes in this book where the environments in the world feel like they lived in. The lettering and the colors that match the lettering is pretty awesome because 9 times out of 10, when you're reading a comic, right? And the lettering is in the comic. The one thing that I've noticed is that they don't get the coloring right as far as to let you know who's talking. So as you can see here, this is yellow text, okay? And then when you look over here, it's purple text. It's give you an idea that there's someone else talking over what's going on and what you're seeing visually. Like I said, there's shots in this book that is astonishing to me, okay? The attention to detail and essential design to the world and the skyscrapers and the buildings. You get a sense of these people live here. And this is a realized world. You also get a sense of where this particular artist, Shane Davis' mind goes in his imagination. He's out there, but it's a good thing because when you get someone to actually pull different ideas and different environments just from their hat like this, that's a rare jewel. You know what I'm saying? That's a rare jewel, and I can understand why he worked for DC. Really, I really do. But as far as the lettering, the coloring, it's fantastic. I love that. I love how when you're reading this book, you can actually get a sense of, okay, the story's changing or there's someone else that's talking while you're visually watching the masterful artwork that is Shane Davis in this book. And that's just, you know, my take on that. Now, as far as the story and the characters are relatable. Every character that's in this book are relatable. You can actually get a sense of who these characters are. And here's your main character, which is Nate Stone. Okay. And you get a sense of why he's doing what he's doing, his purpose. As soon as he walks in the room, as soon as the character appears on the page, all right, you get a good breakdown of who this person is. There's a lot of comics out there that bring a character in the scene, and everyone's wondering, well, who the fuck is that guy? Not this book. This book gives you a breakdown, and you get to understand who each and every character is, whether it's a ghastly looking monster, whether it's one of those big Rex, or whether it's a main character or one of the side characters in the story. You get a sense of who these people are. So I like that. They are very relatable. Any character that comes across this page, you're going to get who they are. Because like I said, a lot of times comic creators, they be making comics and person walks in the panel and you're like, well, who the fuck are you? You know what I'm saying? But they're relatable characters. You get a feeling for the characters. When you read this book, you get a feeling of everyone that's involved in this book. Okay, you get a very good, relatable feeling of who these characters are and their motivations behind what they do, and I like that. I really like the way the characters are portrayed in this book. You know what I'm saying? When you have a character, right, and you get the sense of motivation on why they're there, why they exist, that's always a good thing, and I like that. So as far as the character and the structure of the characters and how he wrote them, they were perfect. World building. Now, the world that this consists of, okay, is Arc City. And the vibrant colors that you see here, this is Arc City. This is also a panel in the comic, but you get a sense by the colors that Shane is using in every panel is different. There's a different part of the world. There's a different part of the environment. There's a different part of setting. And this shot right here, I'm glad that he put this on the card because the world expanded when I turned the page and saw this. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. There's way more to this world than meets the eye. And I like that. Keep that in mind. There's way more to this book than meets the eye. You look at that cover art there. There's way more artwork in this book that's just like, wow. And you get a sense of feeling of the atmosphere just by how the colors that Shane drew in his books. But I like that. I really do. As far as the characters, the Rex, the scaling, perfect. Done perfectly well. And I'm going to show you one panel in here because I don't want to spoil this book. If you intend on picking up this book, I suggest you should. You know what I'm saying? You may have to go to aftermarket prices, or they could still be up on the website. I haven't checked recently. But the scaling of these Rexes, yo, I'm going to show you one panel in here that really got me like, damn, Shane, like what the, you know what I'm saying? And I was happy to see it. This shot right here, right? As you can see here, you have the Rexes fighting. But bro, when that hand comes up, you know what this reminded me of? You know what this brought me back to? And it brought me back to my youth. It brought me back to the Fantastic Four cover when Fantastic Four meet ups with the Mole Men. And when that big hand came out the ground like that, yo, I was like, yo, I was taken back. I was like, yo, this is awesome. I mean, this man that Shane drew this comic with, he put his ankles in it. But I love this panel. A lot of people have other different panels. Whoever does their reviews, they're going to have different shots. But this panel right here, this was awesome. Because I knew that the Rexes were already big. But when I saw that hand come out of there, and the next page is even more crazier. That's the money shot right there. But to me, I like this. All right? I can stare at this all day because I'm like, yo, look at that hand and look at the scale. The scaling of these characters are done so well. I mean, Shane, you a genius for this. This right here, I don't even want to show that to anybody. You got to read the book. Go buy the book. But, yo, the attention to detail as far as, like, the flashbacks. There's one scene in here, and I want to show it real quick. There's a flashback scene that I like that he used very good colors for. And I respect that. I really do. Because in my youth, growing up, I've always had, like, a kitchen in my mom's house when I lived with her years ago. That was always had the sun shining through. And it always brought me back to, like, you know, a flashback in a way. It always got that sense. But what Shane did with this panel right here, and you know what I'm saying, this is a flashback scene. I actually like this scene. I like the way he used the colors as far as to show you that yes, this is a flashback in the main character's mind. This is what he's thinking about. This, you know what I'm saying? And to the way Shane used the colors on this part, I love it. Because when you look at this, obviously everything is, you know, has a different tone to it. But this tone right here is a sense of warmth. You know, it's a sense of like, you know, the character is going through something right now. And like I said, I'm not trying to spoil anything. It's a good story. You got to read it. But I love that he changed up the colors to show you that, yeah, this is going all of this is going on in the character's mind. And I really, really like that he actually, you know, used the colors so geniusly. This is genius writing. This is actually a genius way to write a great comic book to get the feeling that you're looking for. So, and he's well aware of the reader who's reading this, that, yeah, I want to pull you in. I'm going to pull your whole body and soul in so that way you get a sense of feeling for these characters. Because I damn sure did. You know what I'm saying? Every panel in here is drawn perfectly. And I really respect that. As far as the characters, you have Rex. You have Rex 232. You know what I'm saying? He's a big brute that you've probably seen on other cover shots. This is Rex, okay? And Rex is controlled by Nate Stone, okay? And this is, I love these cards are actually going into my card sleeve, but yeah, this is Rex and this is Nate Stone. You get a feeling for both of them. My man T here, Lil T, cuz like this character. He's a promoter of what's going on in the entire promotion. He's like a promoter. There's something else going on with him that I haven't figured out yet. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that he's evolving these Rexes into something else. But when he comes on the scene and he used that line, if you watch Shane Davis streams, you know that line that I'm talking about. When he says shit, that made me spill my coffee. I died laughing because I know what that reference is from. You know what I'm saying? Shane Davis knows his audience, and that's a great thing. Shane Davis knows his audience. When he drew this book and when he wrote these words, he knew exactly who was going to read it, and I respect him for that. And then you have Anna, which is Anatomica, and that's another character that's in here. I gotta say, she was written very well. I liked as soon as she came on the scene, I got her motivations very, very quickly. I didn't have to wait like 5 or 6 pages or another issue like most comics. No, I got a sense of who she is as soon as she walked in the scene, in the panels, and I like that. But overall, my ending review for this book, I gotta say, I give it a 9 out of 10. It's perfect. There's one scene in here though. I could give you a criticism. There's one scene that got me off, and I'm gonna show you something, because I looked at his face and I was like, Shane, what's going on here? But overall, I mean, it's something small. It's not that big of a deal, but it kind of, the angle of his jaw. Where's the panel? There's a scene in here, and not for nothing, it doesn't break the book at all. But this did not take a point away from it. But I looked at this lineup right here, Shane, and I gotta say, bro, I'm like, I think this should be in like a little bit, like when you look at this part right here, I think his chin should be just a little bit in. It feels like the nose don't really line up to the evenness of that chin. But overall, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Shane. Don't worry about it. I like the book regardless. But when I saw this panel, I was like, that nose don't look like even. I know he's looking this way, but I felt that chin could have been a little bit sharper, like right there, like boom, you got it perfect. You know what I'm saying? But not for nothing, great book. I'm glad I got it. I got my other 2 issues behind me. You know what I'm saying? I also got some posters and stickers. I got the ticket. I love this ticket. I got the worst seats in the house, Shane, but I got the. I'm glad I got the ticket. But overall, great book. Check it out. Rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this review. If you're going to go pick this book up, if you find this book. Also, go to nonlivescomics.com and sign up for the next book that's coming out. And I'll catch you another video in the future. Peace!